started in January of this year, and the first thing that I did was gave myself permission to do whatever the hell I wanted. Second is I took a screen printing course. So part of me wanting to start a streetwear brand was I had done this before, and none of these tools were available way back then. And what I wanted to do is use AI, yes, to get my designs out, but then to make them in the physical world. So I took a screen printing course in Brooklyn where I live part-time, and part of that was learning the process of screening, getting comfortable with pulling, creating screens and then pulling them so that I could presumably make my own designs in the real life on shirts and hoodies and other garments. In February then, I took a sewing course in Japan Village at Industry City, where I sewed with my friend, Reggie Guitaro 3000. But that was the first time in a long time, maybe like 30 years, of touching a sewing machine. And I thought that was gonna be really helpful to basically be able to make my own stuff. And I actually bought my own sewing machine while returning from Brooklyn Craft and to my condo in Brooklyn, and that was really interesting because on the way back I walked by The Thing and I bought my first sewing machine, which was, there's a sewing machine sitting outside there for sale. I buy it for $40. So I start sewing my initial garments. I actually then also used DTF, so I created DTF designs from my design and created my own custom patches, because my shirts and my hoodies I wanted to put patches on. So that was also something that I did in February and March. I also debuted at a fashion show in early February my first screen printed t-shirt, denim red wash jeans, and I wore the Black Rabbit mask with the goggles from my first red colorway. But a lot of people were commenting and gave me feedback on what I was wearing and asking if I'd made it or where I got it. The idea was to create community and a story behind why am I doing this brand. I created a Japanese comic, which is a manga, basically where I generated all the images, actually banged out some temporary ones just to cover my butt. And then I used all the imagery and I created an anime 12.5-minute rough cut of that volume where it was a full motion anime movie. So I did that also in March. And that brought me to April. And that's really my first few months and the journey that I followed to this point of starting my own streetwear brand.